For business studies, now the next topic is intellectual property rights and entrepreneurship. So intellectual property right, what is that basically? That is the protection provided with terms and condition for your property right through पेटेंट कराते हो, कॉपीराइट कराते हो, ट्रेडमार्क्स. तो बेसिकली आपका जो आपने अपनी कोई नई टेक्निक बनाई है, आपने कोई नया कोई काम किया है, आपने कोई नया कोई ट्रेडमार्क बनाया है, कोई बिजनेस बनाया है, दैट राइट शुड बी प्रोटेक्टेड for using by outsider. This is the intellectual property right. So terms and condition are finalized with the government, and then with that terms and condition, that intellectual property right is given to the entrepreneur. So that is the definition of intellectual property rights and entrepreneurship. That is given also. Intellectual property right allow innovative entrepreneur to protect their invention by the use of other outside people, and it gives them edge over your competitor. So definitely that is to reduce the competition, so that same technology should not be used by the outsider, that should be only used by you. So this is a right given by the government to the entrepreneur. For that, definitely entrepreneur has to pay for it. General definition of intellectual property right. So what is that? That can be divided into two categories. First is the industrial property and second is the copyrights. So industrial property, what is industrial property? It includes all the inventions through patents, trademarks, industrial design, geographical indication. Likewise, so this is the industrial property. All are the intangible. Now the copyright basically includes the literary and artistic work. It includes, such as the example, you can take novel, poems, plays, films, and any musical work, artistic work that has been made by the entrepreneur, that included in the copyright of this. Suppose you composed a music, so that is the copyright can be given to you, so that composition should not be used by anybody else. If it is used, then it should be paid. So industrial property is related with the industry. So likewise, suppose some technique, like it is given in the patent, so some technique has been made. Patent means some technique has been made, some trademark has been made, so that should not be used by the outsider, right? So likewise, there are two type of thing: industrial property and copyright. Copyright basically used by the musician and used by the writers, painters, likewise, and the industrial property is used by the industries itself to protect their right, so that all the patent, trademark, technology should not be used by the outsider. So now the next thing is, it is an asset for innovative entrepreneurship. Definitely entrepreneur is doing all these activities or creating the things with so hard work and so much time, so that should not be used by its competitor. So next thing is how it is beneficial. It's very important, beneficial for entrepreneurship. So why? Because this is the explanation of the this intellectual property right, how it is more beneficial for entrepreneurship. Research has been said 25% of patents are taken up by the new and upcoming entrepreneur. So they are definitely protecting the right, and it gives the entrepreneur property right on intangible asset. They both are the intangible asset which cannot be seen and which cannot be seen or touched, which can be only felt. So these are the intangible asset. Definitely the property, the intangible asset which are protected, they have more market value, they have having good market value. And then upcoming entrepreneur definitely protect their new invention, new creation with this intellectual property right, and having their place in the market due to this. And then next thing is about the scope is, that is basically you can say scope, and also you can use scope word also for this. That is how it is beneficial, what is the scope of entrepreneurship. So now the fifth point is, over there is IPR can edge over the competitor and help you to become the leader in the industry, definitely through this copyright, patent and trademark. So these are related with the industrial property rights. They are not the copyright, fine. They are not included over there. In that is patent and trademark, they are an industrial part. They are in common, so that is why they has been discussed separately. Copyright, basically copyright has been given to some artistic work, some work you have done, now you don't want to get it copied by someone else with their own name. So that is why copyright is given. Copyright is given for the movies, copyright is given for the some music, some composition, so likewise some painting. So that is the copyright. So copyright, if you are having the copyright, that means the exclusive right you are having to to copy the work basically and modify it and distribute, perform, display the work in your way publicly. And then patent is a technique basically. Whatever the technique, processes that has been invented by the entrepreneur, that should not be used by the anybody else. So the work has been patented in this way. And patent means you are having the monopoly for selling it, for using that technique in your own way. Trademarks are the marks, basically symbols. They are represented by the brand name symbol. So these are the symbols specifically used by the company. Like you can say many multinational corporation has their own symbols, and that cannot be used by anybody else. Like Nike, like you can say there is a symbol of many software companies. They are using Microsoft likewise. So all the companies are using their symbols and trademarks, and nobody else can use that. If that has been used by somebody else, then definitely in this way, like copyright, patent, trademark, all of these, or any of the intellectual property right, if are using by somebody else, then definitely they have to pay a compensation, and court case can be filed in this case. Now this topic is over for your entrepreneurship. Now the next thing is small business. So government is also promoting small businesses all the way with labor intensive technique, because of the India is becoming the second populated country of the world. So that is why all the small business has been promoted because they are using more labor intensive activities, technologies. So 1951 in this year, that is defined as the India's Industrial Development and Regulation Act 1951, that has been introduced with all these peculiar features, like they should be employed not more than 50% and using power, and 100 when not using power, and with the capital asset not exceeding 5 lakh. That was the previous limit for all that. But now the limit has been changed, because you can say now the business is in definitely is in crores, or 5 lakh is a very nominal amount due to inflation nowadays, and 50% is also limit has been changed. So this was the earlier definition. So the question can be asked that what is the definition of Industrial Development and Regulation Act 1951 for small scale business? Then you ought to mention this, which employs not more than 50% when using power. When you are using power means a very, very high voltage you are using in your industry, and 100 when you are not using power, and the capital asset is not exceeding 5 lakh. So this was the earlier limit, but now the many changes have been taken place, like these are the years have been told over there, that all these changes have been taken these years. And now, and due to new and the current MSMED Act, which is known as MSMED Act 2006, now new definition has been come up, that MSMED Act 2006, that is Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Act 2006. This is the current act, very important. Now the definition has been given by the government as per this. So the activities can be categorized in two ways, like manufacturing enterprises and service enterprises. Both are contributing in GDP, as you know. So when you are talking about the manufacturing enterprises, then micro, small, medium, in three category that has been categorized. So if you are talking about the micro देखो सबसे छोटा है, फिर उससे बड़ा small, फिर medium. तो इस तरह से माइक्रो की अगर आप बात करते हो, देन योर लिमिट ऑन एसेट और प्लांट एंड मशीनरी इज़ 25 लाख, और सर्विस की बात करते हो तो दैट इज़ 10 लाख. तो प्लांट एंड मशीनरी को मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में ज़्यादा पैसा लगता है, बिकॉज देयर मोर एज प्लांट एंड मशीनरी हैज़ बीन यूज कंपैरेटिवली सर्विस सेक्टर. सो फॉर सर्विसेज सीलिंग ऑन द इन्वेस्टमेंट इन इक्विपमेंट इज़ 10 लाख, एंड सीलिंग का मतलब इससे ज़्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए, और मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के केस में 25 लाख. अब अगर आप माइक्रो के पास स्मॉल पे आते हो तो ये 10 से कितना हो जाता है, ये 10 लाख से 2 करोड़ हो जाता है, और ये कितना हो जाता है, ये 25 लाख से 5 करोड़ हो जाता है. ठीक है, अब लिमिट ये हो जाती है. और अगर आप मीडियम की बात करते हो कि मैं तो एज़ पर MSMED एक्ट 2006, लेकिन आई एम रनिंग मीडियम टाइप ऑफ बिजनेस एंटरप्राइजेस, तो 2 करोड़ से 5 करोड़ हो जाता है ये, और ये 5 करोड़ से 10 करोड़. ये आपको लिमिट याद रखनी पड़ेगी. ठीक है, व्हाट इज़ आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे, व्हाट इज़ द सीलिंग ऑन प्लांट एंड मशीनरी इन द केस ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एंटरप्राइजेस मीडियम इंडस्ट्री. सो मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेस के केस में 10 करोड़ है, और इन द केस ऑफ सर्विस दैट इज़ 5 करोड़. ठीक है, ये आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, इसके बाद अब अगली बात है, व्हाट इज़ द रोल ऑफ स्मॉल बिजनेस इन रूरल इंडिया. डेफिनेटली स्मॉल बिजनेस इज़ प्रोवाइडिंग अदर देन द एग्रीकल्चर एक्टिविटीज़ to the rural area, and there they can have their employment. So employment is a very important thing which is provided by small scale business in rural India, and both to men and women, and definitely it is promoting education also over there, because there people are doing their work other than agriculture activities, and going through the education and skillful activities, because you can get employed in small scale business if you are skillful, if you are educated. Definitely improve economic condition. Definitely people are getting their employment other than agriculture activities in some industries, and that improves their economic condition. Now there is no need of disguise unemployment in this case, because the people who are not who are the family members who are no more required on the land, they can go to small scale business and have employment over there and can earn well over there and can improve their economic condition. Now the next thing is promotion of artistic and creative sense. Definitely small business, many artistic and creative work has been going over there, because like making of papad, and then making on some handmade beautiful things that has been made over there, like mats, carpets, or you can say some decorative things are being made up over there. Some embroidery has been done over there. So all these activities are carrying on by small scale business. Now the rural development is there. Rural development is important in the case of small scale business. Small scale business is used to be get promoted in the rural area, so that rural development is there. If the people are developed, if they are getting their income over there, definitely all the development activities like reasonable, all the development activities in the case that if the business will be there, definitely the people are earning well, and then they will think about their education, they will think about their growth of that particular area, and that growth will be sustained not for the short term or for the long term. And there might be some reconstruction or construction project going on over there, because the people are, if the people are earning well, then definitely they will think about the other facilities, they will think about the other development for them, because now they are getting work and they can fulfill their basic need, and after the basic need they can think about the other development activities which should be carried on in rural area. Now the mobilization of local resources. So the local resources can be mobilized from one place to another through these small scale industries, and because small scale industry are to be opened up, I told you, in the rural area itself, and then there the local resources can be mobilized from one to a very not to very far area, but to a very you can say they are not need to cover so much distance daily to go for their employment. So because the small scale business is promoted in the rural area, so local resources can be mobilized from agriculture activities to this particular you can say this small scale business enterprises which has been carried over by the some entrepreneur. Definitely if you are carrying on small scale business, you need one entrepreneur who will carry on all these activities, who will do all the marketing work, who should be smarter, and then these entrepreneur skill can be you can say triggered over there. Somebody or some person will start small scale business for these rural area. If you will find out in the on the Google, then you will definitely find out that many people who are doing very good work in this small scale business for their villages, for rural area, for their upgradation, and that gives them immense satisfaction and money also. Now the government, how government can help all these small scale business. Government assistance and special schemes have been made up for industrial and rural, backward and hilly areas, because they are the remote areas. Employment is very difficult to find out over there. So now support is in two ways, that is institutional support and incentive offered by the government. So first of all, that is the institutional support. So many unorganized institution has been made up by the government, that is National Small Industrial Corporation. So these are the institutions which is basically set up in 1955, that you have to mark it up over there, and view to basically promote small scale industry. Main focus was indigenous or imported machines in easy installment supply of that. So all the imported machineries, definitely, as you have noticed all around you, that all the upgraded technology have been imported from the China or from other developed countries where they are found very cheapest. So now the import of those machinery is very important for them. That is why the limit has been increased also. So if they provide the support to the small scale industry for import of such machineries and provide them raw material, then introduce them with the export product. These are the export product that you can export, you can make, and provide them some advisory and services like mentoring services, means provide them all type of services. If suppose they want help in export the product or some other assistance they want, technological assistance likewise, then that has been provided by these corporation. And along with, they are to introduce them with software technology, technological transfer, so all these activities which is very important for nowadays for the business, so that has been introduced to these small scale business for their upgradation. And then there are two objectives with this particular incorporation, that is National Small Industrial Corporation. That is small industries they are to just think about their credit rating, because small scale industries are to take loan, they can easily take loan from the government, all these corporation, through all this corporation. So definitely credit rating is very important. They should earn the profit in this way. They should not waste the money that has been easily borrowed up by the government and in a very easy installment. So that should be, so credit rating is very important in that way. So credit rating means it is their credit potential, like how much money they can they can borrow, or they are paying back all the loan with installment on time. So all these increase their credit rating, which is beneficial for them. And all these small scale industries are encouraged to having good financial track, because definitely that is from the government point of view, that small scale industry को government बड़ी आसानी से help करती है, और बहुत सारा इनका लोन भी वेव ऑफ कर देती है, बहुत ज़्यादा कम इंटरेस्ट पे इनको लोन देती है. तो अब इस केस में बहुत ज़रूरी है क्रेडिट रेटिंग, यानी कि पैसे का ध्यान रखना बहुत ज़रूरी है. क्रेडिट रेटिंग का मतलब कि रेटिंग देना आपको कि आप कितना पैसा लेते हो लोन, और आप कितनी जल्दी उसको वापस करते हो, टाइमली वापस करते हो कि नहीं करते हो, दैट इज़ ऑल इंक्लूडेड इन क्रेडिट रेटिंग. और आपके पास अपनी कितनी एसेट है कि आपकी क्रेडिबिलिटी बढ़ती है, आप और कितना लोन ले सकते हो. और आप अपना फाइनेंशियल रिकॉर्ड जो है वो बिल्कुल ठीक रखो. फाइनेंशियल ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड ठीक रखने का मतलब आपने कितना पैसा क्रेडिट पे लिया और अब उसको कितनी आराम से और कितनी टाइमली वापस कर पाए. तो दैट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री. ऐसा नहीं कि आप पैसा लो और सारा का सारा पैसा आप बिल्कुल उसको बेकार कर दो. तो इसीलिए गवर्नमेंट ने ये 2 ऑब्जेक्टिव बनाया है, दैट शुड बी फॉलोड अप बाय द गवर्नमेंट और दिस इनकॉर्पोरेशन टू ऑल दीज एंटरप्राइजेज स्मॉल स्केल बिजनेस टू विच गवर्नमेंट इज़ हेल्पिंग. इस तरह की गवर्नमेंट अगर हेल्प प्रोवाइड कर रही है तो बदले में गवर्नमेंट ये तो चाहेगी कि आप उस पैसे का ठीक से इस्तेमाल करो. Now the next thing is the district industries center. So district industry center are basically that has been started on 1978, May 1, 1978, and that is providing assistance to small scale industry at district level. तो एक बहुत small level पे आपको ये जो centers हैं ये help provide करते हैं. All type of help they provide you, like आपको सुटेबल स्कीम बताएंगे, आपको बताएंगे जो आप सोच रहे हो, दैट कुड बी फिजिबिलिटी रिपोर्ट का मतलब जो आप सोच रहे हो वो हो भी पाएगा कि नहीं. क्रेडिट आपको अरेंज करके देंगे. तो ऑल टाइप ऑफ फैसिलिटीज़ दीज डिस्ट्रिक्ट इंडस्ट्री सेंटर प्रोवाइडेड यू, और वो भी डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे. जैसे सोनीपत एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट है तो यहाँ भी एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट इंडस्ट्री सेंटर होगा जो कि यहाँ के स्मॉल स्केल बिजनेस को प्रमोट करेगा. पर डेफिनेटली उसके लिए हमें कोई एंटरप्रेन्योर चाहिए, कोई आइडिया तो चाहिए, ठीक है, और सम पर्सन शुड बी देयर हु वांट्स टू टेक द रिस्क, कैरी ऑन ऑल द बिजनेस एक्टिविटीज़. सो दैट इज़ द इंस्टीट्यूशन at the district level which is providing all type of services to the small scale business. इसके अंदर इसका मेन फोकस यही है कि कंट्री का डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे इकोनॉमिक और इंडस्ट्रियल ग्रोथ हो. व्हाट इज़ द मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव? दैट ऑब्जेक्टिव इज गिवन ओवर देयर, इंडस्ट्रियल इकोनॉमिक इंडस्ट्रियल ग्रोथ एट डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल. नाउ द इंसेंटिव ऑफर्ड बाय द गवर्नमेंट फॉर इंडस्ट्रीज इन रूरल एरिया. क्या क्या इंसेंटिव ऑफर किए जाते हैं? बहुत सारे इंसेंटिव ऑफर किए जाते हैं इसके अंदर. सबसे पहली बात तो इसके अंदर एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ इन ऑल एरियाज, दैट इज़ द मेन थिंग. That is the main you can say advantage for this small scale industry. And then to develop the local skills and resources. अगर कोई local skill यानी कि अगर किसी के पास कोई skill है, कोई ख़ास चीज़ बना सकता है, तो डेफिनेटली वहाँ स्मॉल स्केल बिजनेस या उस जगह के लोग कोई खास तरह की स्किल रखते हैं अपने पास, तो उस तरह की इंडस्ट्री को आप प्रमोट कर सकते हो. And then to restrict the migration of people to urban area. If people are getting work in the rural area, they no need to migrate to urban area. And in urban area, definitely for the labor, the life is not that much. You can say happy, or they are to live a very miserable life over there. Then ये आपको बैलेंस रीजनेबल ग्रोथ भी प्रोवाइड करती है, क्योंकि रीजनल ग्रोथ का मतलब ये कि जितना ग्रोथ रूरल अर्बन एरिया में हो रहा है उतना ही ग्रोथ रूरल एरिया में हो रहा है, बिकॉज सेम इंडस्ट्री यू कैन फाइंड आउट इन रूरल हिली एरिया. सो गवर्नमेंट इज़ प्रोवाइडिंग ऑल दोस इंसेंटिव इन द वे. लोन प्रोवाइड करती है, लैंड प्रोवाइड करती है कंसेशनल रेट पे, लोन प्रोवाइड करती है, और बैकवर्ड एरिया में आपको लोकेशन प्रोवाइड करती है, उसमें भी आपको हेल्प करती है. देन आपकी वहाँ पर इंडस्ट्रीज़ को बनाने में, मैन्युफैक्चर करने में, और आपका इंडस्ट्रीज़ को डेवलप करने में, सेटअप करने में हेल्प करती है. इंफ्रा डेवलप करती है कि आपको वाटर, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, पावर सप्लाई सब कुछ मिले कंसेशनल रेट पर। और आपको यहाँ पर सब्सिडीज़ प्रोवाइड करती है, जो भी आप चीज़ें जो भी आप खर्चा करते हो, फॉर एग्जांपल ट्रांसपोर्ट पे करते हो तो सब्सिडी प्रोवाइड करती है। सपोज़ बाकी अगर आप ये प्लेन एरिया पे काम करते हो तो वही ट्रांसपोर्ट आपको पड़ता है सपोज़ 100 रुपीज़ का, तो यहाँ आपको वही ट्रांसपोर्ट 40 रुपीज़ का, मैं एग्जांपल दे रही हूँ, 60 रुपीज़ की सब्सिडी जैसे। अब गवर्नमेंट बताती है कि उसको कौन से एरिया में कितनी सब्सिडी देनी है। कैपिटल सब्सिडी देती है, यानी कि आपको फिक्स एसेट्स के परचेज करने पर भी सब्सिडी इज़ द इकोनॉमिक असिस्टेंस दैट इज़ प्रोवाइडेड बाय द गवर्नमेंट टू द पीपल ऑफ द कंट्री और इन मैन्युफैक्चरर बेसिकली। इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सब्सिडी देती है कि जो आप इंफ्रा यूज़ कर रहे हो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट उसकी कॉस्ट बेयर करेगी, आपसे नहीं वो टैक्स चार्ज करेगी। स्पेशल प्रोग्राम चलाती है आपके लिए सो दैट फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द बैकवर्ड एरिया, कुछ मेलास करके कुछ इस तरह से कोई लगा लो फेयर लगाती है, जैसे कि स्मॉल स्केल बिजनेस को जैसे सूरज कुंड का मेला हो गया तुम्हारा, इस तरह के बहुत सारे मेलों को प्रमोट करती है सो दैट स्मॉल स्केल बिजनेस कैन बी अपग्रेडेड। तो ये आपका चैप्टर है स्मॉल स्केल बिजनेस, दैट इज एंड विद ओवर देयर।